Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Today we are going to continue on with our area clearing. If you already know, I said I would be doing the casino, working on clearing out the area for the casino. Today we're going to start with the parking lot. If you are new here, welcome. Uh, Hit the subscribe button and the like button if you are new here. And if you are returning, welcome back. Um, you are more than welcome to follow along with me, or you can start somewhere else in the world. The first thing that we want to do is basically open up. I created a stream folder for this, a stream folder created specifically for clearing out this area. Because when we move things, we need to be able to save the Y maps. Every time you move something, a Y map is going to populate, and you need to be able to save it into your stream folder. That way, when you install it or load it into your server, it's actually there. So I'm just going to open that folder here. And I just called it casino, and then I put another folder inside of it and called it stream. All right, so now we have this open, and I'll show you what I mean when I say the Y maps are gonna pop up. All right, so before we get started, I want you to just take some things into consideration and some very important things for you to remember. So many times I see questions in the Discord saying, I removed this, but when I load in my server, it's still there. That is because the game itself works with level of detail. So meaning at certain distances, the game is gonna render different quality levels of each like object in the world. Not every object, but like for the buildings themselves, at certain distances, you'll see, go back, that you can see the building flicker and switch to a different level of detail. If we go back closer, you can see it switch back. And the further out you go, it will change. You see how the parking lot looks almost empty. You come back in and boom, it's there. You can also check your level of detail over here in this side menu. Under view next to max LOD, it says Orphan HD. This is what we're looking at right now. If we switch it to HD, you will see that it switches to the building itself. There has less detail, and the words on the building have disappeared. Some things in the parking lot have disappeared. If we switch it to LOD, the building itself has returned to where it was. However, it's of a lower quality, and you can see the trees themselves look like, really kind of derpy. The ground is beginning to become of lower quality. The bushes, like the little flowers that were here, just a little different. And then you go to SLOD, it continues to, the quality of everything in the world continues to go down. Switch it to SLOD2, and now, there we go again. It just continues to go down. Now the parking lot is pretty empty. Nothing is here. Even the sign has disappeared. And SLOD3, even worse. Look at the road, like. And if you go to SLOD4, everything, the whole world is gone. That's what we don't want. All right. So we're going to start with moving things on the world. Everything cannot be deleted. Initially, you probably think, okay, I just want to come in here, click something, click this, and you will get the option to delete. Well, for this one in particular, it's not, the delete button isn't highlighted. And you will have to add it to the project first, because we haven't moved it yet. It's not going to, you can add it, click it and then add to project, or once you move it, it'll add itself to the project. But you would want to initially just delete it. We're not going to delete anything. Why? Because it could mess up other things in the world. It's not true for all objects in the world. Some objects you can delete. But to just be safe, we are not going to delete anything. We're just going to move it under the map. And I would strongly suggest just moving things under the map, because if you delete something and you get to where you load your file in your server, and then you get in your server and the world looks weird, or trees look weird, or just something, it just looks off, it's more than likely because you deleted something that you are not supposed to delete, and we just don't have time to be starting over. Okay. So we are gonna just move the things below the world, and we'll start here with this sign. Since I already have it selected, we're just gonna move it under. See, now you see here in this window that you have the option to delete. We're not gonna delete it, we're just gonna move it under. And then over here you will see that now you have a Y map that is populated. You want to save this to your stream folder, that same stream folder that we created, that we have open here right now in CodeWalker. You just want to come up here, click the save button. This is the name of the Y map. This is the same stream folder. If for whatever reason your folder doesn't open automatically, make sure you find the folder that you want to save your Y map to and save it there. And then boom, we saved it. So I'm just going to move things under the world. I'm not gonna save the Y maps. I'm gonna move a few things before I save again. We can move these trees under the map. It's a lot of trees we're gonna move. Even right now things look a little weird because I saved the Y map. You can see some of the trees, you can see the ground looks of a low quality. I think one of the LODs is showing right now. Let's see if we switch it and then switch it back. We probably have to just close the folder and open it back to fix it. Well, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna continue to move stuff. But if you notice that things look a little weird after you save that initial Y map or at any point, that's just CodeWalker. We'll just keep moving things. Keep moving. While I am moving these things under the map, I want to take a moment to let you all know that I just released memberships for the online course. So you no longer have to pay like the full price upfront. You can pay, you can register with a subscription. If you'd like to check that out, you can look down in the description below for the link to see the different levels for the subscription. You can register, sign up. We do on Mondays and Wednesdays right now. We are doing weekly classes. So anybody who is a member or who is enrolled in the course can join, ask questions. We were in the Discord today for like 5 or 6 hours, just working through, some issues that we all face when creating MLOs. So if you've been facing things have not been making sense, you maybe feel like you've been trying over and over and over to create your MLO, but it doesn't seem to be working. One, just join the Discord in general. And it's a very supportive help community in general, so you can come ask questions. But if you would like to join the live weekly sessions, we meet on Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. To answer questions. And I also do live building myself in the Discord. Check the description box for the registration link so that you can register for the Ultimate MLO online course. This is an online course that is pre-recorded, so you don't necessarily have to come to the classes, but the classes are there if you need extra help. And I think we all have needed extra help, especially as beginners just starting out. So check the description box to register if you would like to join us, or if you would just like to learn how to make your own MLO in general. So I'm just gonna finish moving these trees under the map. On the map, on the map, on the map, on the map. So I'm gonna go on and save these Y maps, and I don't like the way this looks, so I'm going to end up closing. If I have to close out a Code Walker, then I'm probably gonna do that. But let me save these to the stream folder. You will see that like it's an asterisk. If there's an asterisk next to your Y map, it means it needs to be saved. Yeah, okay, let me close the project. And see, things did not go back to normal when I closed it, so I'm just gonna close out of Code Walker and reopen so it just looks a little better, and we will continue. All right, so we are back in Code Walker, and I'm just going to reopen that stream folder. Now everything looks back to normal. Let's open that stream folder back. And okay, good. This is basically what you want to do. Like even like for these bushes, you can move all these bushes under the map. I'm gonna move some, and I'm also gonna talk to you about like, you know, just not giving up. Like I know, like while I'm moving, let me just go on and start moving. Making MLOs can be frustrating, and I'm just moving all the bushes, might want to give up, and you might get frustrated and not want to start over. But I just want to say that learning is repetition. We learn through repetition, and if that means, you know, starting over, then start over. It's okay to start over. Don't think, okay, I'm starting over this. It's the 30th time. I'm never gonna get this. No, you're learning. On your 30th time, you've learned something that you didn't learn the first time, or the first 5 times, or you are repeating it over and over to a point where eventually you're gonna do it without even thinking about it. So I want to encourage you. I know some people don't want to start over, but it's a part of learning, and you miss steps. You can say, well, I did everything. I promise you, I did everything that you did to the T. I didn't miss not one step. And I promise you, you missed something. If it's not working, if it's not coming out, you missed something. Yes, the programs can be buggy, meaning they don't behave as they should. We definitely have experienced it. You see these little things. These are not. Don't worry about those. That's not really there at this distance. Those are LODs, but for whatever reason, Code Walker is showing them now. So, but if you see those, don't worry about it. Once you save the file, again, those are LODs. Those are things that you see at a distance, far away. Don't worry about it. Let's see, is this yeah. What was I saying? Don't give up. Like when I say I worked on this one small building, like over and over. And I wasn't even designing anything. I was just trying to get it to work. I was just trying to get it to work, going through so many videos on YouTube, putting information together, and I was determined like to get it. Didn't make sense to me. Like I didn't see it would like in that at one point in time there was a time where I didn't see myself learning how to do it because the information just wasn't there, or it was just like in another language, figuratively. Is that, should we move anything else before? I think we'll let it be there. I'll save these Y maps. Figuratively, it was like in another language. And so I just want to encourage you to not give up. And if you have to start over, because nowadays people want things to be so easily gotten. And your design, like, this is game development, honestly. Modding for FiveM, this is a form of game development. Like, people go to school, i.e. the online course. People go to school to learn how to make assets for video games. Like, this isn't something like a walk in the park. Like, this is a skill that you are learning so that you can make your RP experience better, or you're making this, a source of income. Whatever the case may be, is not something that you just put in the microwave and you learn it immediately. This information, there are steps that you have to learn in a certain order. And if you don't learn it in that certain order, it just won't work. So you yourself have to not give up. You yourself have to keep going. You yourself have to be okay with starting over, have to be okay with doing things 1,000 times. Because if you are not okay with that, this is not what you want to be doing at all. Because making MLOs is not for the faint of heart. At all. Not even close. But it's definitely important that you educate yourself, and that's why this YouTube channel is here. That is why the Discord community is here, so that you can learn. We all can learn. We all can grow together and continue to make our RP experience that much better. Okay? All right, so this is where I'm going to leave off. So basically, I remove the sign. I remove the trees. I think you get the picture. I think you get the picture. I will definitely, because I am making this an actual build, I will definitely be removing a lot more. I might do a part 3. If you want a part 3, leave a comment. 1, like the video. 2, leave a comment telling me that you want a part 3. And I'll show you. Like this, there's so much over individual things over here that have to be like removed. Just leave me a comment and like the video. Let me know if you would like a part 3. I'm going to basically load this into my server, and I'm going to show you what I've done. Let you know that it's real. It actually works. Again, I just moved things under the world. I didn't delete anything. At a distance, just know that LODs are there, and some things I will say there's some things you can't move under the ground either. You will have to find the actual file, export it out, and edit the faces of the object if it's attached to other parts of the world. You will have to edit. And that is a real thing. So if you say I deleted everything, I got rid of it, I moved it on the ground, but it's still there, there's probably a file that you did not get. And you have to do some digging. I would utilize the LOD settings here to find the different LODs. I would also just experiment with going far away. Like that, you just saw so many different changes here that happened. Like the trees, I moved all the trees under the map, but here you see that, you know, there are trees here. Let's see if we can grab it. Yeah, so here are the trees. Let's just move them under the ground so that, and here's some right here. Move them under. There. And I'll show you in the server that they should not be there at this distance. Let's save these. Some of these things are part of the same Y map. Somebody asked me yesterday, do you need to create a manifest for when you are clearing out an area for the Y maps that are here? No, you do not. These objects are already here in the world. You do not need to generate a manifest for these. I will also say that when you do start building and you start creating your own Y maps with your own props and things and so on and so forth, or adding new objects to the world, you do need to generate a manifest, but do I would put those Y maps that you've created, right, that you saved, to a stream folder. I would take those Y maps and basically copy them to a separate folder. Hear me clearly. Copy them to a separate folder. Open that new folder that you put those Y maps in open that folder up in CodeWalker, and then generate a manifest just for those Y maps that you created. Don't generate a manifest for all of the Y maps, because these Y maps right here are already here and they don't need you don't need a manifest for these. Just so, like, you know, you can avoid any type of issues or interference, because these Y maps are already here and it could possibly cause issues. Okay. All right, so I will meet you back in the server and we'll just walk around just a little bit, and I'll show you that these things, and fly around and show you that these things are gone. This was a very basic generic moving of objects. It can get a bit more complicated, but I can't just, you know, make it complicated right now. It's very situational, I'll say that. Some things work one day and then another day they don't work. It's very situational. Okay, I'll meet you in the server. Be right back. All right, we are back in the server. Now we can go over to the casino, and when we get here, we'll notice that things are moved. There are some things that have not moved. I know I moved these bushes. Well, I see some of the bushes are gone, but not all of them. Those were the ones that I said they was like little shadows. Usually, sometimes that'll happen, and you would just have to go back and make sure they actually saved when you removed them. And you know what it also could have been? I could have moved the LOD and not the actual bush itself. Let me just see. This is a prime example of when we say when I said earlier that I see questions, or I get questions where it says people are saying I moved it, but when I load into the server it's still there. So let's just see. Let's go back into CodeWalker and see if it's in CodeWalker. It's a little laggy because I have the server open still. Actually, let me mute the audio because it is loud. Okay, we're just gonna open the folder back here again. I'm still in my server, so open the folder. Let's see. Okay, so here they are still here. So I must have moved some LODs, different LODs instead. So let me leave this because that is loud in my ear, even though you can't hear it. And we'll just move this just to be certain that you guys know that sometimes you just haven't moved it. And even though it looked like I moved it, clearly I didn't. Or either it didn't save. Sometimes that happens too, where it won't save something that you've done. And that's just the program, and all you can do like is go back and do it. But you all watched me move something under the ground. Like, I'm not making it up. And I know sometimes it can be frustrating because you can tell, you can ask for help and say, I know I moved it and it's still there. There's usually a fix. It's not always the program itself. A lot of times it's just user error. Okay, so we moved them again, right? Let's see, what do we have? A Y map. Sometimes it won't save. We saved it. We just saved it. You saw me save it, okay? What I'm gonna do now is load the new files into the server, and we're gonna fly back in and then see where everything is. All right, we are back, and now you can see that the bushes are gone. Okay, and they're also gone on this side. So it's trial and error, and it's something that you definitely have to work at. It's not, even with these LODs, like, or just moving stuff under the map, it can seem like the easiest task, which it is very simple. But sometimes, like, you're moving so many things that maybe you miss something. You don't realize that you missed something. And then also sometimes the programs themselves that were created to mod this game aren't, the most solid. I would say they can be a little bit complicated or just uncooperative, which is fine. It's something. It's something. You can see right here the LOD for the bushes, which you can also move if I'm not mistaken. I think I've done those before. I actually did this twice because my initial video didn't have, I wasn't talking on the microphone for whatever reason. And I hope I'm talking on this one, which I didn't check. If you want something to practice, something that I know for sure will be a little bit difficult to edit or, clear, I would say practice the Vinewood sign. When I tell you, I did this custom sign for a server, and there are so many things to move. There are quite a few things to move, but the level of detail, the LODs were a nightmare because I couldn't find the file, and the one that I needed to edit, it was a part of the whole like mountain. And what it was, the word Vinewood, but it was like a part of the mountain, so it wasn't separated from the mountain. So at a distance, Vinewood would pop back up way out here, and I'm like, if for whatever reason they're taking a flight, or if they're just far out in the city, you can pretty much see the Vinewood sign anywhere in the city, unless you're out in Paleto or Sandy. Well, you might be able to see it from Sandy. You can pretty much see it, but the word Vinewood just kept popping up, and I had to go and dig until I've actually found the file that had the Vinewood, the words on the mountain, so that I could actually go and take it into Blender and edit those words, letters off of that file, and then re-import that file back into the stream folder. So if you want something to practice, something to work with, I say give a go at trying to create just clear out the Vinewood sign. Yeah, so that is that, and you see there's the sign, like a prime example of a level of detail LOD for the casino is that we moved that sign, um the when you first turn onto the road, the black sign right there in the middle of the screen, we moved it. But far away, if you were flying an airplane or a helicopter, you would see that sign if you don't move that, either edit it out or move it under the ground, whatever the case may be. And then as you get closer, it disappears. All right, so just things to consider when editing LODs, clearing out an area. I hope that this video was helpful. This tutorial was helpful. If you have questions, please just join the Discord. Do not forget that memberships are available for the online course. If the price for the course was a little bit maybe out of your price range, you can register, gain full access to the course via a subscription. And with your subscription, you can join us weekly, Mondays and Wednesdays, for live class. I'm not sure how long the double days. Okay, I do know how long the double days, Mondays and Wednesdays, are gonna be here for. At least I know for a little bit into February, we'll be doing the live classes, and it might be something that I continue on with, just continue in general. Again, today we did about about almost 6 hours where we're just helping, and just, working alongside each other. So if you would like to be a part of that experience, register. If you have questions about the course, join the Discord, open a ticket. I am here to answer any questions that you have. I had one more thing to say. I cannot remember it. I just hope you all have a blessed and beautiful day, and just, don't give up. At the end of the day, do not give up. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new here. Love you, and I will see you next time.